Pocono Raceway, TI Racing, an Indy Car series as we arrive for you tonight. It is the LMC Gear 200 from the Pocono Raceway. I am the captain with you, and hopefully you are enjoying your, Thursday night is it? I don't even know what night it is. It's been such a wild week for myself, and here I am because of it. And we are ready to go do some racing here this evening. Not sure why that's not updating itself, but anyways, we digress. And we are here ready to do some great racing here this evening around the Pocono Raceway. As for some reason I cannot get this to load right. I'm actually going to I'm going to stop it for a quick second. Yes, this is a video from earlier this week, but we're going to get the broadcast up here for you. I'm just checking a couple things, wondering why certain things aren't working. There we go. TI Indy Car Series, the Pocono 250, presented by LMCgear.com. Again, from Pocono Raceway here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It is the third and final race of the Triple Crown. Let's take a look at, let's see, I believe that's the starting lineup for the race. It is Kite Bommersbach and Steven Larkamp. They will start in row number 1. George Whitehouse and Isaac Morris, row 2. Row 3, Sam Blackwood, Jim Herrick. He is the LMCgear.com, of course, guy that we know very well. Gary Godso and Ryan Eric King. They will start there in row number 4. Row 5, Carlos Dotero, Danny Brannon, Dan Marrera, and, well, there's a name you might notice. For the first time in his career, and yes, that is me, but I'm not going to speak about me when it comes to the first person. I'm going to speak like I'm a racer out on the track right now. So Chris Scala will start in 12th, and that's the reason why I'm doing the broadcast tonight. Lester going to start in 13th alongside Ido Vila. Row number 8, Cohen Evans and Luke Daniels in row, as I mentioned, row 8. And looking at the rest of the lineup here, that's Reese Andres Perez, Isaac Lopez, and Charles Baldwin. As we get ready to go green here, it's going to be 100 laps, 250 miles around this 2.5-mile oval known as the Pocono Raceway. 3 corners, 4 turns? We're ready. Here we go. Pace car pulls in, and we are green. Down into turn 1, Kite Bommersbach, the pole sitter, off to a pretty good start there. Larkamp going to draft off him. Isaac Morris up to 3rd. George Whitehouse and Sam Blackwood up to the top 5. Is Larkamp already going to make a move for the front? The draft going to play a pretty big role as Jim Herrick into the wall. Off turn 2, Herrick hard into the wall. No caution. We do stay green. You see Larkamp pulling away to about 1/10 of a second lead right now. Isaac Morris, Whitehouse, as I mentioned, up to 4th, and Blackwood up to 5th right now. Laps around here at about 42 seconds or so. Back here to Dan Marrera, already making some moves. Under attack is Gary Godso there, my broadcast partner normally, as he's running the race tonight. Running in the 8th position right now is Godso. Carlos Dotero, last time by, fastest lap on the track with a 41.88, so you're seeing the speeds up around this 2.5-mile triangle. Obviously, the aerodynamics out here in the middle of the pack can play some trouble. Going to feel a lot of tight handling cars and stuff out here tonight, but either way, the draft's still going to play a major role. I mentioned Whitehouse looking pretty good so far. There's George running in the 4th position right now. Let's take a look at the weather for this evening. Partly cloudy skies, 78 degrees. Track temp at about 99, humidity 55, and of course the wind blowing from the north at 4 miles an hour. A couple of viewers watching tonight. Obviously, Sam Blackwood, who's running in this race, he's actually right behind this battle for position. You see up there to swap for the lead with Larkamp and Bommersbach. And you hear how much you got to get out of the gas when you're in that dirty air, and that's going to cost him the 3rd position. Godso running that low line. You see already I shouldn't say Blackwood. I should say that orange car, Ryanair King, already moving up to the high groove a little bit here. In this race, we were able to see a lot of multi-groove racing. Well, Sam, if you go change it right now, it'll actually switch back. Go change the paint right now and trade the paints. Oh, look out. You see the Whitehouse car getting a little tight there as Isaac Morris able to hold on to the 3rd position. This is where that arrow comes into play, that high line. Definitely playing its role right now. As Carlos Dotero on the 48, 7 laps in the book so far. Lester back here in the 9th position. Dan Marrera there in 10th. Cohen Evans in the 17 car rolling his way up through the field. As you see Lester making a move on Gary Godso, not able to do so yet. You see the 4 up ahead of Ryanair King. As I mentioned, Dotero, but all these cars in the draft, you see the front 18 cars, which are 18 out of the 19. All within about 7 seconds of the lead, so they're staying close in the pack. So, of course, this is the final round of the Triple Crown. Next week, actually, officially been paused. 2 weeks, we will be back on the track because of the new build and a lot of effects in this build affecting the Indy Car. They are taking a week off. We have pushed back the finale at Barber Motorsports Park to a week from Tuesday. And basically because of that, we'll have a week off here Tuesday night, actually from the IndyCar side, and we'll have the racing from the LSRL. I use multiple, Sam. When I'm live, I use, like I'm live right now, but when I'm live with a live race, oh, some damage. Oh, that's Lester. Yeah, I'm warning you in advance. Lester had some blinking issues in this race. When I'm live and the race is live, I use only one app. Let me see. It should automatically upload here if it... It's part of my Better TP app. It should have uploaded itself, but it didn't. That's kind of weird how it didn't. But I was going to say, when I'm live, I use ATVO, but then, I mean, whoa, one car back there scraping a wall. Looked like Andre Perez. Try it real quick. Oh, look at this. 3-4 wide and some contact up in the front. Dotero, Blackwood, Bommersbach all come together almost there. Easy, Riley. That was a little edgy. On board with Gary. Gary running right now in the 8th position, down into turn 1. Thirteen laps, all caution free. We about had a big one there a second ago. Here Gary getting out of the gas, down the 4th gear through the tunnel. Yeah, sorry about that, Sam. There's Sam in the 74 car. So Isaac Morris trailing Larkamp there. Maybe a little bit of fuel save mode. One big change that happened actually in this race, and it's for the oval tracks, the fuel. The TI League decided to drop down 15% on the fuel. So instead of the normal 100% fuel these cars would run, which would get them about 29 laps or so on a tank, they are down to 85%, which is shortened by about 4 laps, 4 or 5 laps on a tank of fuel. So because of that, obviously we're only going to see about 25 laps max on a tank of fuel. So easily a 3-stop strategy to get to the finish. And for some cars, maybe like Larkamp up front, not so much. You might see more of a 3-stop strategy or a 4-stop strategy out of him if he's not able to save enough fuel. But that was probably one of the bigger changes that happened between oval races here. And, of course, the last oval race that was run on TI side was the Indianapolis race. Everybody doing a pretty solid job. Let's jump back here. Edu Vila and Charles Baldwin battling. Well, in that case, it would be 3 stops. So Baldwin making the pass. Actually, you know what? I think I might know why, Sam, it's not working. Hang on one second. Here's Isaac bouncing out front here. Hopping to the inside. Nope, that didn't work either. And Isaac going to take the lead in the 1 car. Now Isaac, if he's able to lead with a certain distance in points, he will claim his 2nd straight TI championship and become the first repeat winner in series history tonight here in this race. And then if the TI team actually were to get a certain amount gained on the Kamagoye team, they would clinch the Constructor Championship also this evening, or Team Championship, which, to be honest, is part of the reason I'm actually in this race running for TI, because they were a little short-handed, and I had worked a deal out with Lewis. I was actually going to run Indianapolis, but some things came up. So I said, well, I owe you one, so I'll run Pocono. And here I am. And you see, obviously, Scala running back in 15th right now. So Morris, Larkamp, Blackwood, Dotero, and Whitehouse leading right now. Cohen Evans running in the 6th position. Ryan Eric King, Kite Bommersbach, and Lester, your top 9. I'm actually going to pause for a split second. I have to take this call. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you record. All right, back I am. Sorry about that. There are some nights where my family actually stays up in the mountains at my in-laws' house because my in-laws actually live out of state and they have a dog. Well, between her and her sister, they pet sit the dog and take care of them. And tonight, my wife and daughter are up there, and it was my chance to say goodnight to my daughter, so I wanted to take advantage of that real quickly. So thank you for letting me do that. So if you ever hear me pause sometimes during a broadcast and you might hear me go mute for a few seconds, that's why. Anywho, Cohen Evans poking out a line inside of White House as Cohen marches up here through the field. It started 15th up to 5th in this race. 20 laps in, already a 5th distance. Working our way towards the first pit stops here. So remember, Kai Bommersbach started on the pole. Well, he has fallen all the way back to the 8th position, and I think that's due some fuel save in this race. So the top 7, all within about 1.6 seconds. Or 1.16 seconds, I should say, to the lead. You see everybody in the pack all the way back to about the Ido Vila car in the 16th position. Everybody else is kind of falling off. You see Lester putting the pressure on Kite. Carlos Dotero having a great run. You see the multi-grooves here, a part of Pocono, which usually doesn't happen much in real life, but you're seeing it here. 22 laps in. Is Isaac poking his nose out for the lead again as they continue to swap it out. Blackwood up in the 3rd position right now. And of course, either for recorded race or live race, we have your cameras here for you. Track Cams for Gourmet. You can check them out at trackcams22.com. We appreciate those guys being the official cameras of the Captain Esports Network here. Track Cams for Gourmet. Appreciate their hard work that Itzvan put together all these awesome cameras that we get to enjoy each and every Tuesday night here for the TI Indy Car Series. As here come pit stops, Larkamp going to be the first to pit road as expected. He led the most laps there in that early run, so of course he would be the one that had to short fill this car. So it'll be in 4 tires and fuel, and you'll easily stay on the lead lap here. Larkamp joins back on track. As you see, no leaders anywhere around him right now, so that just tells you the separation. Here come more cars. Isaac Morris, Cohen Evans, Charles Baldwin, Chris Scala on pit road. Their first round of pit stops here, lap number 26. And for those who have never gotten to see an iRacing live pit stop because you don't get to see them much, let's jump back here to my pit crew going to work there. It's the cool part about recording a race. You actually get to see the pit stop with my pit crew. So Sam's going to stay out. Here come more leaders to pit road. Look out. Got to get down to 55 miles an hour right there. Whoop, look out for the car going through as Whitehouse enters his pit stall. Four tires and fuel. And everybody pulling away. And I don't roll. You know how I am. I've been tricky like this for years. All right, so since the first round of pit stops appear to be over, well, waiting on Sam Blackwood to come to pit road, and he's in right now. There's Sam leaving. And here come the leaders down the back or front straightaways. You see Cohen Evans. He has come all the way from 15th to 1st and takes the lead just like that. That 17 is blowing through this field. So pit stops have been completed. Let's check out the point standings as we enter tonight's race. And again, if Isaac was able to get a certain margin of a lead, he will win the championship tonight as he leads Kai Bommersbach right now. That is, if I do the math really quickly, 65 points, 75 points, something like that. But Sam Blackwood third, Stephen Larkamp, Nate Brody, your top 5 in points. And then team point wise, again, it looks like a nearly 82-point lead over Kamagoye there for TI Racing. So that is where we sit points-wise as we enter this race, as we are 29 laps in. As Isaac and Cohen play swap the lead here. So one thing I do want to talk about, if you look in the description down at the bottom, something that is really cool that is going on with Jim Herrick and all the people at lmcgear.com. You'll get all this information right down there at the bottom, as tonight's race is sponsored by the lightweight motorcycle and camping gear.com or lmcgear.com. It's proud to highlight the new partner, unitetolight.org, and by giving away the Luke Light, there's a Luke Light that actually I'm going to click on it and put it over here on the screen. But check out this cool looking light right here. It's called a Luke Light. You can check it out at unitetolight.org. But checking out that Unite Light as or a Luke Light as they call it. It's a solar reading light, and it actually goes to the winner of the race at Pocono, believe it or not. Over 1 billion people live without electricity, so access to clean, affordable light and energy is critical to improving health and education and prosperity. So Unite to Light is dedicated to providing low-cost solar light and power to those without electricity across the globe. For every Chandler charger and Luke Light you buy, Unite the Light will donate one to a partner organization doing humanitarian work around the globe. It's simple. Buy one, give one. You can purchase the Unite to Light, Luke Light, or Chandler charger at lmcgear.com. And if you'd like to know more about the program, check out unitetolight.org, and I'll bring the photo back over for you to check out. Look at that. A really cool deal there, especially when you think about what's going on down in like Louisiana right now with the hurricane, with the storm they got recently, with the power issues and all that stuff down there. This is a perfect opportunity for them, and of course those with needs and stuff, family-wise and living-wise. Go check that out, unitetolight.org. Good job by Jim Herrick and family to be a part of that. That's pretty cool. So here is your leader before the pit stop. Stephen Larkamp now in the 5th position right now. He is all of 0.2 of a second back of the Lester car, who's up in 4th. Isaac Morris up there leading right now. As you see, the pack kind of split up into 2, as we're already a 3rd distance in for this LMCgear.com 250. Now, unfortunately for Jim, he's not in this race anymore. He wrecked out on lap number 1, so tough break for him. Well, the reason why you're seeing Lester's name bounce around, for those who don't know, Lester is having some serious blinking issues as we got a pass back here. Charles Baldwin using the draft as he's going to go around the 114 car. Charles in an all-yellow livery. He actually was running the Grublets on Ice paint scheme Tuesday evening, but of course that since changed. Sam Blackwood outside of Lester. This is for the third spot. Now, Sam's actually got preferred position right now. He's in the draft until the corner, and then it's going to go down to the bottom. But then Sam's actually got clean air running up at the top, and he is going to make the pass. And he's going to get a run here on Cohen, I think, for second. A great racing throughout the field. Your top five all within literally a second of each other. And then Danny Brennan is seventh. And he is about a second and a half or so back in that 25 car. Speeds over 220 miles an hour down to turn one. And we have not seen a caution all night yet. All 35 laps, green flag so far. Jump back here and check out the second pack of racing as Baldwin looking underneath of Whitehouse there, who's fallen back to the 9th position. Gonzo there at 11th. Got Marrero right there behind him. Back here, Dan Marrero under attack. That's Luke Daniels. Luke has had the roller coaster ride of a season in that 98 car. It started with multiple top 5 finishes and being up in the top 5 in points, but lately he has had struggle after struggle after struggle, and he has fallen into points a little bit and kind of having a little bit of a sophomore slump at first. The Kamagoye team said that Luke would run part-time just to kind of get a feel and see how he felt this season. And they have decided to make it a full-time deal. And Luke, unfortunately, kind of struggling a little bit. Of course, Luke ran for the team I owned last season and moved over to Kamagoye. And now the fight up front is starting up as Cohen going to go for the lead with Lester there behind him. And then you had Kite back there making a pass on Danny Brennan and Larkamp and those guys. So some multiple racing throughout. We right on board. This is Larkamp. We're watching and to the right you see Kai Palmersbach. So Lester has now gone to the lead in front of Isaac Morris. So the 51 to P1. So one thing we have had tonight, a lot of passing here in this first 40 laps of racing. Multiple lead changes in this race so far. As you see, Kite trying to work his way back up through the field. And to the high side comes Blackwood. 3 wide, a Kamagoye sandwich. Couple teammates back here, Herrera and Baldwin. 10th, 11th, and 12th here with Luke Daniels. Everybody giving each other plenty of room out here on the track so far. We have seen great racing everywhere. A little bit of the snake forming there in the draft as all the leaders try to break it. So we are just past the 100-mile mark in this LMCgear.com 250 in the TI Racing Indy Car Series. Race number 9, race 10, again 2 weeks away, 1 week from Tuesday. We'll be at Barber Motorsports Park. Again, it was announced earlier today that the Barber race is going to be pushed back a week to allow time for a setup to be built after the new build came out yesterday. Has done a lot of updating to the Indy cars, and they want to make sure they get a good competitive race when it is all over with. Let's look back here. Danny Brennan in that 25 car. In the 8th position, got Ryan Eric King, who is outside. There's the guy second in points right now. Kai Bommersbach, as I mentioned, running third. And he's going to need some issues to happen to Isaac if he is going to have a shot to win this championship. His first full season in the series. That is 14 cars all within 2.5 seconds of the lead in this race. 45 laps later. Believe that. The only cars not in the pack, Isaac Lopez, Edu Vila, Andres Perez, Carlos Dotero, who's actually 37 seconds back. He had a terrible pit stop. 48 seconds, so a speeding penalty actually for Carlos. That is why he is so far back, and then Jim Herrick unfortunately wrecking out on lap 1. And actually Carlos Dotero has been put behind the wall, so some issues for the 48 puts him out of the race tonight. Ryan Eric King trying to make a move. Cohen Evans falling back to the 7th spot after leading earlier, so I think Cohen's going back into a little fuel save mode potentially. Ryan up there in that Exalta number 4. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. Of course, you can hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're not new, we appreciate you coming back and watching tonight's coverage of the TI Racing Indy Car Series here at the Tricky Triangle of Pocono Raceway virtually on iRacing. See how those cars get very tight off that corner. You got to be very, very careful. So we are 2 laps away from potentially a second round of green flag pit stops. And just about to halfway. A caution is on the track, I believe. It is. Caution is out. Andres Perez apparently has had some issues. Let's see what has happened to the 5. Oh, it happened over here in turn 2. Yeah, it says 0th only because that's just the way this app works. It doesn't do a live thing like that, so sorry about that. That's why I took it off the screen, like, as soon as I showed you the caution was out. But there's the wreck right there. Let's look at it one more time here. He just goes up there, and I don't know if he has had too much of an angle going into turn 2 there, and he just wrecks it, and all of a sudden this thing just goes left. Oh, geez. Well, caution out for the first time. Oopsies. And I've hit a button that took it to the checkered flag. So give me a second here. Let me back it up to the lap it was at. I knew this would happen every once in a while. This is what happens when you have a recorded broadcast. Let's back up a second. Apologies. Hey, look at that. It actually worked out. It took Andre straight to that lap. All right, back to where we were. Lester didn't win. Let's just put it like that. We'll blame the blinking for that. Of course, now I got to get this off my screen. So the caution's going to come out here in a second. My bad. I screwed up. Oh, never mind. We've actually, wow, let's pause again. I've just realized it's jumped ahead 10 laps on me here, so give me a second. All right, so this is where I was trying to pick us up at. Here we go. We'll give it a second. It should update itself here, hopefully, in a second. You off my screen. Thank you. The race off pit road going to be won by Edu Vila. Lester going to come out second. And hopefully this thing will fix itself. There's Sam Blackwood there behind Isaac, who is actually going to lead this race now, not Lester. And hopefully next time they cross the line, they'll fix everything here. So just give me a second. And apologies for the inconvenience. Oh, the old wreck on the back straightaway. Didn't that happen at 1 to go? That was with Edu, if I remember correctly. Yes, there was a little argy-bargy here. Thank you. Yeah, right here, as they were coming off pit road, Edu gets off pit road first and has something happen. Watch this. And whammo, they just wreck into each other here. And Edu took full responsibility for that. Just an unfortunate situation. I know he was pretty embarrassed by it. But little things like that happen, unfortunately. Weird things, but little things like that do happen. Apparently, Edu's car was still broke from an earlier situation. And caution continues on here. We'll get the 1 to go, I believe, this time by. It might be. Oh, you know why it probably is, Dan? It's because I actually have it under my, I have it under a different, not folder, but channel on my OBS. Usually I have it on, oh gosh, game capture. And because I have the other ticker I'm using, I actually have it under race on here. So get ready to come back to green. You see the pace car pulling away. Isaac is backing up the gap a little bit to make a clean restart. I hate when it does that. Sorry, guys. Dang it. I am not having good issues here, am I? Hang on a second as I fix the ticker now. It ain't one thing, it's another, boys. It ain't one thing, it's a daggum another. There we go. Welcome back. So note to self, don't screw up again, Scala. So Morris, Bottmersbach, Blackwood, Larkamp, and King, your top 5. So the top 2 in points, actually pretty much the top 4 in points, all right there in the top 4. As Isaac on the pedal, here he goes. Isaac trying to break the draft with a little bit of a bob and weave. And back here comes Cohen for 5th. Inside of the 4 of Ryan Eric King goes by. There he goes. Whitehouse going by. Now Marrera going to make a move inside 2. So everybody's set up now to make a one-stop strategy to the finish. As Marrera trying to make the move on Eric King, but Ryan with a good run down into the corner makes that pass. On board with the Costa Rican driver, Dan Marrera. This draft playing a really big role around this track. Baldwin trying to make a move inside of Gary Gott. It's Luke Daniels, sorry, to 98. Now there are issues for Gary Godso. He is on pit road and leaving pit road. He had some issues with a lap car, I believe, or the 13th place car of Isaac Lopez. And that caused the 3 to have to come to pit road there. So unscheduled pit stop for Gary Godso. As you see, Bommersbach up there in the front still. Morrison, Blackwood, and Larkamp, the same 4 up front. Cohen Evans will get up 10 spots to 5th. Whitehouse up to 6th. Ryan Eric King, Marrera, and Luke Daniels, and Charles Baldwin, your top 10. As we're now down to 13 cars on the lead lap. Oh, crossover there by Ryan Eric King. Not able to make the move as Ryan will stay in the 6th position. Feels weird calling this race. Oh, Ryan Eric King into the wall hard. Oh, look out for that car to the inside. Whoever that was, I think. That was the Danny Brennan car that got the wall. And you can see that car is destroyed. And we stay green, so no caution after that. Tough break there for both cars. Let's go back and see it. And the wreck's actually already happened. Look at that wheel. But basically, Ryan Eric King got the outside wall, and then Brennan went to avoid and hit the inside wall there as they come off turn 3. So one more pit stop if they can get to lap 75 to make it to the finish of this race. Yeah, a race that's only seen one caution so far. And that was for the 5 of Andres Perez off turn 2. See back there, Baldwin trying to make a peek back at the Luke Daniels 98 car, trying to make a pass to his inside, not able to do so. You see the 98 of Daniels kind of losing the pack a little bit there. You see Baldwin going to try to make the move, try to complete the pass. Not able to do so yet. Luke going to get the run off the high side here. And some fantastic racing, some passing, and some drafting, and so much. And here comes Blackwood outside, the winner from Long Beach last week. Got his first career victory. Looking to go back-to-back tonight in that 74 car. Cohen Evans back here in the 5th position. Cohen and on and off this season. But doing a great job for the LMCgear.com team. As you didn't get a chance to read the description earlier today, I do want to share, or earlier in the race, I want to talk about it again tonight. Of course, this is the LMCgear.com 250 here at the Pocono Raceway. And of course, LMCgear.com proud to highlight the new partner, UniteToLight.org. They are giving away a Luke Light solar reading light to the winner of the race here at Pocono. Over 1 billion people live without electricity, and access to clean, affordable light and energy is critical to improving health, education, prosperity. You can unite to light, which is, of course, dedicated to providing low-cost solar light and power to those without electricity across the globe. For every Chandler Charger or Luke Light you buy, you can, well, enjoy what Unite the Light is actually doing. They're going to donate one to a partner organization during, doing humanitarian work around the globe. So it's pretty much buy one, give one. You can purchase Unite the Light, Luke Light, and Chandler Charger, LMCgear.com. If you'd like to learn more, you can go to UniteToLight.org. So here again, a picture of the light, the Luke Light. Pretty cool looking reading light. Again, you can check it out, LMCgear.com. "64 laps complete." Looks like Lester back on track and at 51 as he's off the pace. But Cohen going to go by, going to bring Winehouse and Marrero with him. Well, at least I thought he was going to get around him, but not able to. Yeah, it looks like Lester might have caught the outside wall there, trying to stay high around these people. We got a couple of battles out here on track, couple of teammates here up in the front as we hit the 2/3 mark of this 250-mile race already. About 10 laps away from the final pit stop of this race. We haven't had a chance to really do this tonight, and I think we have an opportunity to do so right here. So I'm going to take a quick second. I'm going to back away, and I'm going to let you guys enjoy some IndyCar version of Captain Esports Network's Turn It Up. See, I more call it go get a drink, Scala. But then again, I tried to do that a couple nights ago during a Turn It Up session. I was like, let me go get a drink real quick. I'm thirsty, and a caution comes out. And I'm like, oh, it backfired. That segment there is the equivalent of like when back in the day, radio DJs would play like a song or whatever, and they had to go smoke a cigarette or whatever. They would put on like Stairway to Heaven or I'm Your Captain. One of those classic rock songs that were like 7 to 12 minutes long and give them plenty of time to go smoke. Well, Charles Baldwin working his way up here through the field, up 6 spots, about to take a 7th away as he's going to go past Cohen Evans there for the 5th position. Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody would be one. Freebird's another one. Yep, that's an 8-minute song. Those are usually the go-to songs, pretty much. So you see the lead pack right now of, what, about 8 cars or so. There's a little gap back to Dan Marrera. There's Cohen right in front of Luke Daniels in the 8th position. Kai Bommersbach has led the majority of this run here, which means he is burning up the most fuel right now. All the different mappings people are running right now, trying to save a little bit of fuel here and there. Jimbo Jimothy. That is a cool name. I unfortunately do not know what CRS is. But as you might see, and if you don't see, I'll share this with you, Mr. Jimothy. This is my Tuesday night broadcast, pretty much. I'm just live right now. I actually have 2 broadcasts on Tuesday nights. I have the TI Indy Car series and the LSRL Xfinity series that runs on Tuesday nights. So, sorry, bud. I would, but I'm kind of occupied. Ah, yes, Ben and Travis, good people. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Usually right now we're running a league race for my IndyCar league that is more of a beginner's league, as I try to develop some drivers that can run here at TI or over at VRR on Saturday nights and stuff. But we're actually going to be doing, we're supposed to be doing a kind of a fun practice race after this. But had a little bit of a later start, so we're going to, as soon as we're done with this, we'll go do it. And by the way, everybody's invited. If you want to come join, you can come and race with us, have a little fun. I'm planning on going to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, because that's our next road course race, to kind of get some laps on the circuit with the new build. But I'm not sure if they've put out a new setup yet for that track, so we'll see how it all works. So 74 laps. They haven't? Oh, boy. All right. What setups do they have? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, no, that was actually a fun race. I had a... Well, isn't the... is that the IndyCar series that has the Canadian Tire... Or Canadian Tire, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, or is that the Open Wheel series? I saw it on the schedule. All right, here we go. Pit stop's going to be starting up. The two Kamigoye cars, the pit road with 25 to go. And Scala's on pit road also, along with Luke Daniels. More tires and fuel, and everybody's gone. And here come more cars. Isaac Morris, Charles Baldwin, George Whitehouse, all the pit road. 24 to go. Baldwin completing his stop. There's Whitehouse and Morris on pit road. Well, there's the IndyCar Road Series, whatever it is. I know it's not fixed. It's usually open setup. I figured since they had that, maybe that would be where the fixed setups would come in, but maybe not. I'll go investigate after the race. Maybe we'll just put something fun up, or maybe we just won't do anything. Who knows? We'll see. Larkamp going to leave pit road with Evans right there behind him, and Morera. Let's see where Isaac Morris comes out with the pack, and they are hauling all types of tail. So 23 laps to go. And into the wall goes Baldwin. Yeah, that's the road. That's the Indy Road League right there, or that's those tracks. Oh, that car is destroyed. Tough break for Baldwin. Popped the outside wall there. And he was having such a great run. Very disappointed for him. That's a bummer. We stay under the green flag as Morris leads now by about 0.6 of a second. We'll call actually 0.2 of a second over Sam Blackwood. Larkamp, Kite, Bommersbach, and Cohen Evans, your top five. Final pit stops are done. Now it's all about getting to the finish of this race. Only had 2 cautions tonight so far. So again, as you saw Isaac kind of put in there, they're actually taking next week off from the series, the TI Indy Car series. So they'll have the week off before they go to Barber Motorsports Park for the finale. And again, if Isaac can lead with a certain amount of points in the lead after Pocono, he will be the champion for TI Racing for a 2nd straight season. But that is still 20 laps away if that were to happen. And Kite Bommersbach has been right there as Morris leads. I don't know. Good question. You can try. I won't yell at you. As long as it's clean, obviously. I mean, I know yours will be, but in case others think about it. As Larkamp to the inside of Blackwood, sliding up a little bit. We got that battle going on. Luke Daniels inside of Dan Barrera for position. Dan going to cross him back over, try to make a move himself here. And able to do so to move Dan up to the 7th position. And some phenomenal racing here this evening. Here at this Virtual Pocono Raceway. As I mentioned, the second to last race of the season. And Isaac and Chris Lewis and the guys going to go to work and get ready for season number 7, right? All of a sudden I've lost it in my head how many seasons. Yeah, season 7. Of course, it'll be our start of our 4th full season with the series. We started back in Mid-Ohio season 2 and haven't looked back since. Had a couple races that we've had to make some changes to, and some that, well, we broadcasted later, and one that, well, I've actually run in, and you're actually watching it right now. Well, we appreciate everybody joining us here on the Captain Esports Network on a Thursday night. A rare Thursday broadcast. Of course, last night was a little bit of a rough night for iRacers with the iRacing having issues with their new build and stuff. I did get a broadcast on for the GLSR Truck Series. That was a very fun and entertaining Wednesday night race. As Larkamp and Morris continue to swap out the lead, and now here comes, I thought Sam was going to make a dive out there, and he did not. So 15 laps to go. Gotta be very careful here now as racing starting to really pick up. Cohen Evans at the end of this 5-car pack. It's about a half second back to George Whitehouse. And then it's almost 2 seconds back to Dan Herrera. And then Luke Daniels about 3.5 seconds back. Oh, one car up in the wall. I see who that was. And of course, it messed up my cameras. I think it was Lester. So we keep going. Fantastic racing up here towards the front. And then you got these 3 cars here. Gary Godso still 1 lap down. Just trying to get another caution to come out. There's Luke Daniels. Holding on Scala for the 8th position right now. These guys all about 6.5 seconds or so back as Scala works the inside of Luke Daniels. And going to take the pass into turn 2. And up here, Isaac swapping it out with Larkamp. Laps to go. Again, only 2 cautions so far in this race. You got these guys all fighting it out right now. This is awesome stuff. Now, speaking of Pocono, we'll throw a little tease in there for VOR coming up Saturday night. Guess where they're racing at? Pocono. So we're going to be right back here Saturday night for the IndyCar series of VOR. That should be a pretty entertaining one, just like this one's been. Top 5 starting to really battle it out now. Oh, up into the wall. That was Blackwood. See how much that hurts the 74. They're going to come up on the back of Edu Vila here in the 93 car, 7 laps down, I should say. Everybody scatters around him. And here comes Bommersbach. 3 wide to the bottom. What a move that was. Oh, and now we got contact and a broken wing. Somebody's missing a front wing, I think. Oh, it's Blackwood. No, it's not. Or is it? I can't. Somebody's missing a front wing. Everybody here's got all their pieces. Yeah, I think it is the 74 that doesn't have one. Yep. 1 winged angel on the 74. 8 laps to go. Oh, and there goes Cohen Evans into the wall. And back across the track into the outside wall, and I believe Cohen had some kind of a black screen issue here, and a caution with 8 laps to go. Oh, how this changes everything. see what happens to Cohen. Running up into third position. Had passed a lot of cars and worked his way through the field. And that car just hangs a left. Ouch. And here we go. That is going to spark some things up here with 8 laps to go. Appreciate the viewers watching tonight. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air with the Blown Piston Racing League as they run the Richmond Raceway in the truck series. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, you can come join us here on the Captain Esports Network. As I mentioned, Saturday night, it is the VOR Indy Car series. That'll be here from Pocono, and we were going to do another broadcast Saturday night for LSRL, but unfortunately with the Wednesday night issues last night, they were not able to get their league race in. So because of that, we will have only one broadcast Saturday night, and then Sunday night, back at it for the BPRL, as they will be at the Richmond Raceway in the Cup Series. So we got some cars who have come to pit road. Sam Blackwood, Scala is in. Luke Daniels, Isaac Lopez, Cohen Evans. Obviously with his destroyed cars on pit road. Sam's getting his wing fixed. So we appreciate everybody watching again. Tonight's LMCgear.com 250 here from the Virtual Pocono Raceway on the Captain Esports Network. And we should get the one to go this time by and go back racing with 4 laps to go. Remember, in this series, no green-white checkers, even though there was one driver in this race that was dumb enough to ask. Isaac going to back up from the pace car here. We'll get a restart with 4 laps to go, and likely what will be the final restart of the evening here, is we're going to hit the point of no return, basically, as I like to used to call it. And we will go green with 4 laps to go, with Morris leading, Bommersbach, Larkamp, Whitehouse, and Marrera your top 5. With Scala 6th, Lopez 7th, Daniels, Blackwood, and Godso your top 10. I will let you know here very shortly, JT. I got to go check on something when we're done here. So, unfortunately, it was one of those nights where, again, I came home right before I came on the air and didn't get a chance to check anything. So, unfortunately, just stand by for a few minutes and I will check, my friend. So again, pace car will pull off and Isaac will be able to go. And there he goes on the pedal. Oh, we're not racing league race tonight, JT. No, we're not. No, that's next week. Isaac with a pretty good restart, everybody. Pretty spread out. First car on new tires is Scala into 6th position. And there he goes by Marrera for 5th. And Bommersbach to the outside for the lead. The championship leaders going at it. Oh, one car hits the wall off turn 4. Or turn 3, there ain't no 4. And caution is out. Sam Blackwood has crashed off turn 3, and that is going to end this race. And Kite Bommersbach going to be declared the leader and will likely go to victory lane here if he can finish these 2 laps. However, with the 2nd place finish, it appears that Isaac Morris is going to become the first back-to-back champion in TI Racing history. Well, let's go back and see what happens to Sam. Sam's already wrecked here. I had the wrong view. Sorry about that. Let's try one more again. Sam gets a really good run down to off turn 3 and then clobbers the outside wall. Gets a and that's paramedics turn 3. So what I am going to do is, for the sake of us sitting here for 2 laps, is we're going to jump ahead a lap and let Kite come and see the white flag this time by. And for Kite Bommersbach, it'll be win number 2, I believe, of his IndyCar career in TI. Of course, it was about this point last season he made his debut and started ringing off top three finishes, and after top three, after top three, after top three, and then finally had a little bit of some issues earlier this season, but comes back tonight and gets a great victory here in Pocono. Isaac will finish second. Stephen Larkamp will get third. Whitehouse fourth. Scala will be in the top five. His first career start will be a top five finish. And as I said, Isaac will be the champion officially, and TI will have to wait, it looks like, if I do the math correctly, one more week to get the team championship. So Kamigoye is still with a legit shot going into Barber in 2 weeks. It's never over until it's over. Nope, sounds not dead. I'm right here. I'm just kind of pausing, letting the finish come to us. As Kite Bommersbach comes off turn 3. And here is the second career win for the 37 car, and also a win in a Triple Crown event. Kite Bommersbach winning the LMCgear.com 250 here at the Pocono Raceway. As I mentioned, Isaac second, Larkamp, Whitehouse, Scally, your top five. Morera going to finish sixth. And you're going to see the race stop here in about a second because I pretty much jet out of here because I had another broadcast I had to go do. There you go. All done. There's your finishing order. It's going to be a little out of whack here. Just follow the numbers, basically. 1, 2, down there at Larkamp, 3, and that's not even right because Isaac's not even on the list. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and go with the old iRacing standings. Zoom in. There's your final standings right there. Morera Lopez finishing 7th. Luke Daniels 8th. Gary Gonzo 9th. And 10th goes to Blackwood and Cohen Evans 11th. Danny Brennan 12th. Ito Vila 13th. Baldwin Lester 15th. Ryan Eric King 16th. Andres Perez 17th. Carlos Dotero and Jim Herrick. And as Sam Blackwood said, there's your 3 different winners. Kerstetter, of course, Nate Brody, and Kite Bommersbach getting victories. Now, what is the common thread between those 3 drivers that won these 3 races? Anyone? That would be 3 drivers who have not ran more than 2 seasons in this series. And if I can do the numbers correctly really quickly, that would have been Ed's second career win, I believe, and Kite's second career win tonight, and Brody's first career win. So 3 different teams, everybody's second or first win, and also kind of newbies to the league. So it shows you that obviously anything can happen in the 3 Triple Crown races. So definitely some great racing. So all right, I'm going to step away and let me go see what we got available. Maybe we can do a race, but otherwise here we might just be calling it a night and going from there. I got to get the team points set up still for my league, but excuse me, I'll get to that. Let me Oh, Kite won a Triple Crown last week. Thank you. Thanks, Gary. I forgot that Kite won at Michigan last season. So, yeah, he's a 2-time Triple Crown winner. I believe he probably has the most in, well, no, Alex has got a couple indies. Never mind, I think. I don't know. Anywho. All right, guys, I'm heading out. Let me go. I'm going to go do some investigating here, hang out, and I don't think it showed the link, Sam, on my end. Yeah, it didn't show it. Oh, never pick of the snake. Yeah, it didn't show the link. Sorry, bud. It's all good. But Isaac officially the champion, but we'll wait to crown him in 2 weeks at barber, but I'm sure he's going to be out celebrating with multiple Monster Energy drinks and stuff. So, all right, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening here, and I appreciate everybody for allowing me to come in and broadcast the race and stuff. There's no link at all over here at all, but it's just, yeah, it says pick of the standings is what it says. So, it's all good. All right, you guys enjoy. Oh, wow, that's on my screen. Look at that. Get off my screen. There we go. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening, guys. Remember, this isn't just a game. As you can see, I can record it or I can do it live. Either way, it's all still the same, and it is, of course, iRacing. See ya! I've got